thanks for checking out my video. I'm Olivia, and today we're going to be doing 3 different looks with the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. This is what the palette looks like. Definitely a very spring palette. I've been really inspired to use these types of tones lately, so I wanted to show this palette some love. So yeah, if that's something that you're interested in seeing, and if you want to see how I created this look here, then just keep watching. Alrighty, I'm excited to play with the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde today. I am wearing clothes, by the way. This shirt's actually from Hiii. It's the first time I'm wearing it, but so far I'm liking it. It's got some built-in padding, which I appreciate. I'm not loving the hair situation. I probably have to fix that. But my fiance and I are actually getting ready to go to our first tasting for our wedding. So we're making it into a little bit of a date night. We're gonna bring some wine. Hopefully that's fine. And naturally I didn't leave myself very much time to film, so I'm just gonna jump right in. I'll just quickly show you what's on my face already before I start with the eye look, but I'm using this cream bronzer from Fenty in the shade Butter Biscuit. I topped over that with Bali Stands from Becca. For blush, I'm using this one from Pat McGrath, and it's in the shade Divine Rose 2. And then for highlight, I'm not sure if I'll add more. I'm pretty happy with how it looks right now. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my furnace running now, but I'm on a bit of a time crunch, so we're just gonna go with it today. But yeah, the highlight today is this liquid one from Unearthly in the shade Molten. So yeah, I'm liking how the base is looking so far. I'm probably gonna do something pretty basic on the eyes. I do wanna do a lash, so I need to leave myself time to do the lash. And then if I'm not fully satisfied with the shimmer, I might try to quickly find like a taupery shade or some sort of like fancy duochrome to wear, because why not? We'll see what we have time for. But I'm just gonna prime my eyes and then we'll get started. Oh, and on the lips, I'm just wearing this lip balm here. Alrighty, so time to go in with the Mercury Retrograde. I haven't used this palette very much, so I'm excited to do a couple of looks with it. This is the first look I'm filming, so I'm not sure as of yet if I'm gonna do like 2 or 3. Like I said, the look today is probably gonna be pretty basic, but I will do at least another one in this video. But I'm kind of eyeing just these shades here and maybe this shimmer. I don't know, I kind of wanted to keep it on like the rosier mauve side, and this one flips pretty gold, so I'm not sure if I will use the shimmer. I might also just stick with this one and then, like I said, try to find something else in one of my all shimmer palettes, just because those have been pretty neglected, so we'll see. But I think I'll start with Hot Mess in the crease, and then I'm going to blend it out with Off Balance. So I did invest in a little mic from Amazon. It was pretty cheap, so I feel like it's making me nervous to use it because I'm worried it's gonna be not great quality. But the whole like furnace heating situation also bothers me. And especially the sound quality in like my Shop My Stash videos, I'm not loving at all. So I do wanna kind of give the mic a go. Maybe for one of my next videos, definitely for my next Shop My Stash. Hopefully it goes well. Yeah, I'm just being pretty generous with that shade all over the crease. So just put that shade under my eyes too, and I'm liking how it's looking so far. I'm gonna go in with Off Balance now, and I'm just gonna blend that out. These two are really pretty together. Wow. I'm loving this already. As much as I love playing around with a lot of different color combos and trying to push myself to be more creative, I will say there's just something so pretty and impactful about just a very basic look, especially topped off with like a bolder, punchier shimmer. I just love it. Honestly, I feel like I love all eyeshadow looks. I feel like that's just the best part of makeup. Just makes me so happy. So originally I was thinking of using this shade as a liner detail, but I might actually put it in the inner corner in the crease a little bit. I think I'm just kind of feeling the smokier vibes today, and this shade is called Vortex. Just taking a little bit on the lower lash line as well. And I'm just going to blend that out with the original brush. This is the one that I used for Hot Mess. I actually just took a little bit extra of Hot Mess just to help blend this out a little bit. So yeah, I was thinking of using this shade here, Supernova, but it does flip pretty like goldy yellow. I don't know if the camera will pick it up that well, but it's just not really the vibe I want today. And then this is the shade here called Cosmic, which is nice, but I feel like I want something a little bit deeper. I think I'm gonna find something else in my like singles or like special shades collection, and then I'll be back to show you whatever I find. All right, so I actually pulled out the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 5 palette, and I think I have lash glue on my fingers, but maybe it'll add to the tackiness. I was gonna go in with Unbreakable, but now I'm kind of eyeing Unstoppable. Yeah, I'm gonna do Unbreakable, and I'll probably top over it with one of those shimmers from the Huda Beauty palette. I might have just taken that too high, but we're here now. And I'll try to blend that out in a second. I'm not even gonna lie, this was literally the first time I've used this palette, and not that impressive. It's definitely pretty, but like, I don't know why this was so much money. So before I go in with the shimmer here, I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of Vortex just to kind of re-intensify that depth. So I really liked that effect. I'm just gonna go back in once more just for a bit of a blend. All right, so I just took a little bit of Cosmic on my finger, and I'm just gonna kind of tap that, I think just kind of all over the lid. And for the inner corner, I think I'll mix a little bit of Off Balance with Momentum. Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop there for the eyes. I'm gonna finish up the look with a lash and something in my waterline, and I'll be back to finish this up. All right, so this is the finished look. I really like how it turned out. I feel like it's vampy, but not too vampy. For the lip combo, first I went in with this lip pencil from Makeup Forever. This one's in Anywhere Caffeine. Then I was dissatisfied, so I also topped over it with Wherever Walnut because I'm crazy. And then if you've been a part of the beauty community for a while, you know how old these are. These are from Bite. This is the Pink Salt lipstick. Probably shouldn't be using these anymore, but I mean, it's such a nice formula. I feel like it was a perfect color. Don't judge me. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the look today. I'm gonna go eat too much food and drink a lot of wine. But you'll see me in just another second for look number 2 with the Mercury Retrograde palette. All right, welcome to look number 2. I'm really excited to play around with this one again today. For the first look, since I went pretty smoky, I'm thinking I'm gonna play with a little bit more color today. If you could have guessed based on my sweater, I'm gonna be dipping into probably the peach and the teal shade here. I'm not sure what exactly I'll do for a shimmer. I feel like one of these would probably go well with that type of a look. I'm not wanting to do anything super structured today. I'm just wanting to play around with the brighter colors and maybe do something a little bit more blown out and blended, and again, less so structured. Before we start, I'll just show you the color products that are on my face already. For bronzer, I'm using this one from Marc Jacobs. It's the Tantastic Bronzer. For blush, I started with this one from Odin's Eye. This one, I never know how to pronounce this. I think it's Rosette Love, Rosate. It's this one. I thought this would be enough of a blush, but honestly, I feel like it was just pure highlight. There was not a lot of base pigment. There was just a lot of like pink shimmer. I don't know if it was an overlay on this. It's the first time I've used it. I kind of hope it's not an overlay because I feel like why would somebody do that with a blush? I want it to look the same the first time I use it and the 10th time I use it. Yeah, it's a lot of shimmer. I don't think it looks bad. It just seems like more of a blush topper to me. So I also went in with the Fairy Blush palette from Likely Makeup, and I just topped over the Odin's Eye blush with some of Sunstone. So yeah, that's everything that's on my face already. Probably not gonna go in with highlight just because my cheeks are quite glowy already, but let's just play with some color. I'm gonna start with the shade Utopia in the front part of the crease, and then I'll go in with Haze in the outer part of the crease. So I think I've decided I'm gonna do a third look with this palette, or at least 3, minimum 3. I feel like the first look was a little bit rushed, it was pretty basic, and I also dipped into another palette to finish it off. I don't love doing that when I'm using a palette for a video, just because I feel like if someone's watching that video for inspiration to use that specific palette, I feel kind of bad if I start using other things. I don't know if that's weird, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I don't always love that when people do it in their videos. So I feel like it warrants at least one more look. This is a really fun color combo. I'm gonna take a little bit of Vortex in the outer corner. I'm hoping this doesn't take away from the bright blue too much, but I did want a little bit more depth. I just don't want to turn it too purple. Just taking that shade on the lower lash line. I'll just leave it to the outside because I don't really have a plan for the rest of it yet. Going back in with haze just to blend everything out and re-intensify it. And I am using a somewhat more dense brush, just because I really want to pack that color on. And then just a little bit more Utopia, just to make sure that one is a very prominent shade in the look as well. Now for the shimmers. So I'm between this one, this one, this one, and this one. Ooh, these are all really pretty. I was debating using this one on the inner part, but I might actually go in with this one here. This one's called Supernova, and I feel like it would complement the peachy shade really well. Just not sure which of the two bluey ones I should use. I'm gonna start with Supernova and just see how that looks to start. Definitely got a little carried away. We'll pretend that didn't happen. Honestly, I might just use this shade. These ones look pretty opaque. They have a pretty solid base color. This one also shifts kind of purpley, and then this one's a little bit icier, which I don't really want. So yeah, I might actually use this one. It's called Supermoon, and I feel like it'll be a little bit more of an iridescent, maybe ethereal looking shade. That's what I'm hoping for. Ooh, that's really pretty. I'm just concentrating that on the lid, and then I'm going up kind of into the crease when I have a little bit less on my finger, because I do want to bring that sparkle up. And then back in again with just a little bit of haze. I was debating leaving the lower lash line blank, but I feel like it'd be really pretty if I mimic the shimmers on the top and put them on the lower lash. So I think that's what I'll do. So starting with Supermoon. And I don't really care if it goes down a little further, just because it's pretty light. And then using a little Supernova on the inner part. And then I'm just going in with a bit of momentum on the inner corner. Oh, I forgot to mention the tasting for our wedding menu went really well. It was actually a lot of fun. We brought a bottle of wine and made it into a little date night, which we learned people don't usually do. Yeah, we had a lot of fun together trying the different things. Our chef is like a really cool, laid back, down to earth guy. Yeah, I feel like we got along really well. We tried a bunch of different things that we had requested, and then he made us try a couple other different items that we had never thought about. And I mean, there wasn't one thing that we disliked, so it's gonna be probably a hard decision to make. We do have one more tasting that we still have to book, and he said he's gonna make us try even more new things. So definitely gonna be overwhelming for me. I'm a very indecisive person, but also it's a good problem to have if you like everything. I'm really torn about the waterline. I feel like a peachy shade would be very complimentary to this look. A white would obviously pop a lot, or, I mean, honestly, I'm tempted by the peach, but I think the shade will be a little bit more fun. So we'll just have the kind of aqua shade kind of take over the look. And this is Zulu from ColourPop. So this is going to be pretty much it for the eyeshadow. I might do just mascara today, I'm not sure. I'll see how it looks on its own, and then if I'm not satisfied, I'll find a lash. I thought I'd pop in and show you the look with just mascara, just in case you wanted to see it. Personally, I feel like pretty much every look looks better with a lash. So I think I will find one to add, just because I feel like it looks a little bit more complete, it's a little more impactful. I really like it. So yeah, I did want to show you with just mascara how it turned out. I think it's really cute so far. I'm gonna find a lash and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. I found a really old pair of lashes from ColourPop, so I'm not sure what the style is. I don't have the original box anymore, but I just wanted something that kind of flared out a little bit, something a little flirty, but not too dramatic. So I feel like this was the perfect pair. I kept it pretty simple for the lip combo, I feel like I usually do, but I went in with this lip pencil from Melt, and this is in the shade Cinnamon. Very nice, warm neutral brown. I like this one a lot. And then I used the Too Faced Hangover Pillow Balm. And this one's in Mango Kiss. So yeah, this is the finished look. I wanted something a little bit more low-key until I went for the lashes, so I kept it simple with the lip combo. That's my excuse today. Not that I'm afraid of bold lips, but maybe I am. But yeah, I think it turned out really cute. I was just really feeling a bright kind of color combo. Definitely needed a little splash of shimmer in there, so I really like how this turned out. I hope you enjoyed the look as well, and I'll see you in a second for look number 3. Okay, so it's time for the third and final look of the video. I'm just getting ready for work, so I'm probably gonna go a little bit simpler today, but I haven't really played with this purple shade yet, so I think I'll probably do that maybe all over the lid. I might do a little bit of definition, like a little bit of a small liner with this shade. I'm not sure about the shimmers yet, but I will probably use something on top of the purple all over the lid. That's the plan. My base is obviously finished already, but I'm just wearing the Becca bronzer. This is in the shade Bali Sands. And then I'm using both of the blush shades from this Cover FX duo, and this one's in the shade Pink Dahlia. This blush is pretty glowy, so I think I'm probably going to skip highlighter today. I'm just going for something pretty simple. Again, I'm going to work, so I'm not really feeling the super adventurous makeup look. And then on my lips, as I get ready, I'm just wearing this lip balm from NARS. So yeah, I'm going to prime my eyes and let's get into the eye look. I was debating using this shade in the crease just to blend out the purple into something a little more neutral and toned down, but I feel like they're kind of similar in terms of depth, so I don't really know if that's necessary. It's a pretty soft purple, but this is definitely a neglected shade in the palette. I don't want to jeopardize the look. I'm just going to start with the purple shade. And I'm just going to take it on this packing brush here. The shade is called Libra, and I'm just going to put it all over the lid. I'm going to take it on a fluffier brush now and just kind of blow it out into the crease. Again, I'm going for something a little softer, so I don't really need like a bold layer of this. I just kind of wanted like a wash of purple. I think this look is going to be pretty quick and easy. Hopefully that's not too boring for you. I might actually blend that out just a little bit further with the shade Momentum. I just took a little bit. I don't need a lot, because again, this is a pretty light shade already. Okay, so I'm going to take Vortex and I'm going to do just a small liner detail, and then I'll figure out the shimmer after that. I took the shade Vortex pretty much all the way in because I did want to make it a little bit smokier near the lash line. And now that I think of it, I'm going to add just a little bit more because I do really want this to be a little bit smokier. I'm just going to blend it out with this first brush. And I'm going to pack a little bit more on. So I think I will go in with the shade Ultraviolet here. I might use a glitter glue since I did put a matte shadow all over my lid and I do want something for the shimmer to stick to. I just don't want it to be like a super opaque thick layer of shimmer, but I do feel like the glitter glue is still necessary. So I'm just gonna do it. And going in with ultraviolet. Oh, that's definitely more opaque than I thought. That's fine, it still looks pretty. I'll probably bring it all the way up, just so it doesn't look weird with the light purple in the crease and then the darker purple all over the lid. Just kind of blending it to cover up the whole lid. A little more impactful than what I was going for, but it's Friday. I don't know what relevance that has, but we're just gonna go with it. I think just for fun, because I can't be stopped, I'm gonna go in with Cosmic just on the center of the lid, just to bring some of the brightness back. I feel like that was a good decision. I really like that. Let's do a little bit more. I feel like it makes a subtle but somehow impactful difference at the same time. I doubt it'll make much of a difference like on camera, but I'm really happy with that. Adding momentum to the inner corner. I feel like I need a little bit of vortex on the lower lash line, just to tie it in a little bit more. And I feel like this is going to be the most subtle addition. Probably won't make a difference, but I'm going to blend out the lower lash line with a little bit of Crash. Alright, so I think that's going to be pretty much it for the eye look. Like I said, I kind of wanted something a little bit simple and easier. So I'll just finish up with some mascara and I'll be back to finish up the video. Alright, so this is the look all finished. So to finish up, obviously I went in with some mascara. If you're curious, I've been using the Bad Gal Bang for the last couple weeks. Then I went in with this kind of peachy eyeliner and apparently also filthy eyeliner in my waterline. And then on the lips, as usual, I'm wearing Wherever Walnut from Makeup Forever. And then to top over it, I went in with this lipstick from ColourPop. It's their Luxe Velvet lipsticks, I think. I think this is their Luxe Velvet lipsticks. Half the wording is rubbed off. But it's just a liquid lipstick. It's a very moussey formula. I like these a lot, actually. I have no idea what the shade is, but it looks like it might be from their Troublemaker collection. But it's just kind of this pale, I don't know, I'd call it like maybe like a rosy mauve shade. Or maybe just like a rosy neutral, but that's what I have on my lips now. And yeah, this is the finished look. And it's also going to wrap up my video with the Mercury Retrograde palette from Huda Beauty. I hope you like the look. Let me know which one was your favorite. I'd love to know if you have this palette from Huda Beauty, or if you used to have this palette and maybe you've decluttered it. It is quite old. But if you do have this one, I hope I've inspired you to reach for it and to show it some love. Or if not, hopefully I've inspired you to use something a little older in your collection. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for spending your time watching it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!